Mysterious disappearances have long captivated the public imagination, especially when they involve individuals engaged in cutting-edge or unconventional research. The case of Dr. Ning Li, a physicist whose work on anti-gravity held the potential to revolutionize science and technology, is one such enigma. Her story, filled with promise, secrecy, and tragedy, raises more questions than answers, about her research, her sudden disappearance, and the circumstances leading to her death. Dr. Ning Li was born in China and later moved to the United States in 1983. She became a prominent researcher at the University of Alabama in Huntsville, specifically at the Center for Space Plasma and Aeronomic Research. During the early 1990s, she published a series of papers proposing a method to generate an anti-gravity field. Her work was met with skepticism, as the idea of manipulating gravity was often dismissed as science fiction. Yet, unlike the speculative theories that had come before, Li's research offered a practical approach, one rooted in solid theoretical physics and experimental methods. She proposed that by manipulating superconductors and their ionic lattice structures, it might be possible to create localized anti-gravity effects. While many of her peers doubted her claims, the U.S. Department of Defense (DoD) saw potential in her work and took an interest in funding her research. This marked a turning point in her career, one that would eventually lead to her disappearance from the public eye. In 1999, Li left academia to establish her own company, AC Gravity, LLC, aiming to advance her theories into practical applications. The DoD granted her nearly $500,000 to continue her research, signaling that the U.S. government considered her work valuable. However, what happened next remains one of the biggest mysteries in modern physics. Despite securing significant funding, AC Gravity never published any of its research. Li stopped appearing at conferences and ceased communicating with the scientific community. By 2003, she vanished from the public eye completely. Before disappearing, Li sent a final email to select colleagues, detailing an experiment that had allegedly generated 11 kilowatts of output energy. This was a stunning claim, one that, if true, could have profound implications for physics and energy technology. After this email, she was never heard from again. Colleagues continued to email her, and while some messages were marked as read, no replies ever came. This abrupt disappearance led to a storm of speculation. Some believed she had been silenced by the U.S. government and was now working on a classified project. Others theorized that she had been coerced into defecting to China, where her work could be funded without restrictions. A few even suggested she had been threatened or eliminated due to the sensitive nature of her research. Physicist Jack Sarfati, known for his work in quantum mechanics and exotic propulsion theories, publicly speculated that Li had returned to China. If true, this would represent a significant national security concern, as the Pentagon would have lost control over a potentially revolutionary technology. Years later, an interview with Li's son added another layer to the mystery. He recalled a strange and unsettling conversation with his mother. "Mom, do you need to tell me something?" he asked. Her response was both cryptic and chilling. "First off, you don't know anything. Second off, if you even think you might know something, you forget about it." This statement suggests that Li's work did not cease after her disappearance. Instead, it became classified and highly secretive, to the point where even discussing it with family was dangerous. For nearly 2 decades, Li remained absent from public life. Then, in 2014, tragedy struck.